All right, scroll time. So on this one, there's only 2 scrolls. Meanwhile, I just realized I made a mistake. I'll show you here in a minute. But there's only 2 scrolls on this, and they're open in the center, which I find to be easier than the ones that are closed. I just haven't perfected what to do on the closed ones. But when they're open, I'm going to take this little Vayner scallopy tool and go around the outside just to make this stand out from other things and look like it maybe curves. I'll show you. Let me get that on there. Does it look like it's curving? I think so. So my goal is, I think my tape's coming off the back. My goal is to get these Vayner lines approximately halfway across the scroll. It's approximate. And of course it goes under the leaf. On the other side of the leaf, I'll hit down the little bit. Just ever so gently. I got maybe a little too deep right there. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'll do the other one, but then let me show you how I use this Vayner also on the leaf. You can imagine that you put veins in the leaf, right? So I'm going to put 5 because it's kind of a long one. And I'll put its matching on the other side. So now the leaf looks like maybe it's alive and has veins. So now I'll do that on the other set over here. And then what's next? Oh, and then some decorative stamping. I'll show you that here in a sec. Hang on. Okay, got that other leaf and scroll done. Whoops. Now here's where I made the mistake. So this pattern, when I put it on here, doesn't signify the stem of the flower, whoops, as obviously as some other patterns that I've done. So when I was shading, I just got busy and made everything a leaf. So I'll show you how I'm gonna hope to fix it. Turns out that the stem of the flower usually comes from the dominant leaf. Where's the dominant leaf, you say? Well, I'll show you. It's the one that is on top of its neighbor leaves. So this one. So that should be the stem. That should be the stem. That should be the stem. Poof. And usually I start out by using this fun wiggler. Maybe it's just a fun tool because it has a fun name. So I'm going to try to make this work. We'll see what happens. So usually I put in some wiggles and then I take a camouflage tool, and you're just trying to make this vine, it's really just a vine, look different than all the rest. I'm just going to take the camouflage tool along this side. cedar. And a cedar is just a singular circle, I guess. And put one right there, because then I'll take the mule's foot, which is probably the funnest. I mean, well, besides the wiggler, and cradle some V's underneath that dot. And I think this will work. There. Does that now not look like a leaf? I think that was a good fix. So I'm going to do all the stems, and we'll see if I have anything else to share with you. Hang on. All right, so I did that. I got all the stems looking stemmy. And then in some of these places where it's a little more open and some vines are going to split apart, I just stacked in a few mule's feet. And last thing is I just go around and check my beveling, especially where the petals go into the flower center. See how they're kind of shy of the flower center a little bit? So if you gently then you can sort of, I'll do a couple here, make the petals look like they actually come out of the center of the flower, but you have to wait to do this step till you set that center final. So can you tell the two that I did versus the others? Yeah, so I'll go around and do that, plus I'll go back to my lifters, and wherever I had done that before, I'll just give them a good whack again, and it will, I'll do a couple here, whoops, will really kind of pop them back up. So I did them on these petals right here, so it just kind of pops them back up and kind of makes them come up off of the rest of the work. So I'll go do all that, check all my bevels are good, and then it's decorative cut time.